What's going on YouTube? This is Chaos Rain here, and in today's video, I'm just here to chat a little bit along with, you know what, just to show you what I'm up to. And eventually I will be pushing my progress of my build to, doing some juicing and doing some crazy map stuff and probably farming apothecary cards and all that other stuff. But for now, I wanted to just kind of, show you a little bit of what I'm up to and give a special shout out to a friend of mine, just because keeping personal what do you call it, details, I guess, private. I won't be saying his name, but I did want to say thank you for helping and supporting me, getting me a couple of tabs, as it is insanely helpful. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You know who you are. He does watch the channel, and hopefully that hope that he just comes along and visits more often in my chat channels and PoE, or not in PoE, and on PlayStation, and we hang out. Other than that, let's go ahead and go over our game plan on how we plan to turbo farm our way to a headhunter. So the first thing I wanted to mention is that now that we do have tabs and we can start selling a lot more stuff, one of the things I'm going to be doing is farming heists. Heist is one of the most profitable things you can do for multitude of reasons. Biggest is you'll be able to literally sit there and grind out as much currency as possible as you have time to do. And getting into that, I will be doing a lot of the higher tier heists as soon as I get my survivability up. As of now, my survivability is relatively low, so I'm going to be doing a lot of the 70-ish heists just to get them, out of the way. Alright, looks like we have our first gem cell out of Phantasmal Smite. I just got on and I made 2.7x, so that's pretty solid. 2.5x. It's like, yeah. Now we're at 30x, 1300 chaos, with headhunters being roughly 100x. This is a little bit under halfway there. So, other than that, yeah, this is what we got going. Currently, our next buy is going to be a fragment tab. Once I get either some money saved up or the ability to do so. Currently, I am unable to spend money on this because I've been out of work for a while. So once we get some money saved up and or permission to spend the money, I will be definitely doing this. I say permission just because my better half, Other than that, there is, let's see, a lot of room made. So I mean, I have a lot of stuff I can do. I have a bunch of room in my tabs. Everything's priced out. I actually forgot that I bought this tab. I thought I bought a different tab. That's what I think happened. So yeah, I thought I bought the gym tab and I bought that tab. It's not horrible. This just means I can sit here and store all my catalysts and sell them. Though I don't find enough catalysts for it to matter right now. I might if I decide to farm some metamorph. Metamorph is a very, very big way to make currency as well. It's because you're going to always find something off the metamorph and, go from there. Alright, cool. Now, the farming method I'm going to be doing is the typical farming method that I always do. It's going to be low tier farming until I get to a point to where I can do high tier farming. Now, other than that, I am going to be doing heist a lot, and heist has the added benefit of having just an insane amount of just everything that you can farm, whether it be maps, whether it be just juicing stuff, whether it be not contracts, whether it be just farming for markers or farming for whatever you want. Heisting is one of the more beneficial and profitable things that I would recommend you do, so long as you're able to do it. Currently, my build can do easily the 70 to 79 heists, and if I take my time or run them blue, I can run the 80 plus blueprints and heists and whatnot. So as of now, we're just going to be running a little bit more of the contracts. But I wanted to kind of go over what the difference is between them and why you would run others over, you know, one or the other over the others. So, as you saw before, I was running deceptions a lot, and that's because I wanted my blueprints to be revealed, and I wanted to do as much as possible on that end. However, there is other good heists, and people always forget that these exist, so I wanted to go over them and show you a little bit about them and why they are good. So first we're going to go for Perception and Counter. So Perception and Counter are insanely popular because they also give you Gianna reveals, and even though that's one of the reasons I would run them, because Gianna is like the best thing you can get. That's not the only reason I'm going to run them here, and I'll show you a little bit about why I'm running them as I find them in my. Let me find a couple more. There we go. Sorry if I sound a little bleh. I just woke up. My allergies are literally kicking me in the face. Alright, I think that should be enough. So then we go, let's get some rolling stuff going. And regals. Alright, now we roll over anything that says reflect. Otherwise, it doesn't matter on their quantity or whatever. We're just going to be running them to, you know, get a little bit of progress and a little bit of loot. Looks like everything's good. Yeah, cool. Now let's hop right into it. First, we'll do a perception, and we will choose Gianna, because Gianna reveals are the best you can get, because they help you reveal your blueprints for insanely cheap. Give me 1 second. Apologize, I had to tilt my mic up so I can blow my nose. Alright. So, Perception and Counter have a very interesting buff to them recently, over the past couple of weeks. One of the biggest buffs that I can think of, actually. So, because Prophecy was removed from the game entirely, all of the Prophecy chests were replaced with a mysterious chest, a question mark chest. Now, when you get this question mark chest, if you've gotten it in the past, you'll know how good it is. Right there, that's a good example of it. The question mark chest has literally random loot, but it always has something good. And I mean this, like something good is going to come out of it. Not like amazing, you're not always going to get exalts, you're not always going to get like, you know, ridiculous value out of it. But you are going to get something good. And it's pretty rare to not get anything. But every single time I've opened them, it's like maybe 9 out of 10 that I get something good, right? And my version of something good is like a chaos or a bunch of stuff. So let's see. So this time we got a sack frag, we got a Val Orb, and a Blessed Orb. Now Blessed Orbs are 1-to-1 on chaos. So I mean, right off the bat, we already made 2 things good, right? You know, you know, one chest got us two little goodies that are gonna go towards pushing our head under. And although I don't sell my Blessed Orbs because I use them on logbooks, I do value them, because eventually I will run my logbooks, and when I do, it's just going to be that much more value. Let's see, we got a Bronze Jewel that we can corrupt. I don't really care about that. Alright.
This is far more tense than I thought.
Now, one downside about the other 2 Gianna contracts is that you will have to do other things, right? You're not going to be able to run out. You're going to have Gianna open doors. You're going to have Gianna, like, disable stuff. If you don't, then you end up, you know, dying. So, obviously, you know, the doors is pretty obvious. You got to open the doors to leave. Oh, that's interesting. So let's go ahead, murder everything, have Gianna open. So on our way out, we did find a nice little flask. I don't know if it's worth anything anymore, but at the worst, I think I might use it. Excuse me, can you not whack me? Thank you. Alright, now just dash out, and we're good to go. And as you see, we have finished this contract, and you know, it didn't take us more than like a couple minutes, and we got a decent flask. What's the rolls? Pretty low, almost absolute lowest. But other than that, yeah, it wasn't a bad run. We got a Gianna reveal for it. We got some nice loot. Nothing amazing, but just nice. And that's kind of what you can expect when you're running these kind of content. Is you're going to have a lot of just influx of loot, whether it be just raw currency or just drops that show up. So that is something you can kind of look forward to. Let's go ahead and price check this. Looks like ADC 4 with no price, an X, 50C, 40C, 20C. As you see, they're getting cheaper and cheaper, so most likely I can expect to get 10 to 15C for it. I'll probably price it for 15 and then put it down to 10 if it doesn't sell. Yeah, there's 30, there's 1X, 40, 40, 30, yeah, not bad, but as you can see, there's not a whole lot of, you know, stuff we can do about it. So we're gonna go ahead and take it, put it in our tab, price it for 15C, and move on with our lives. Another thing is these bronze jewels. I've been buying them and I've been picking them up and corrupting them. Just because if you get like corrupted blood or something else pretty useful, that can go a long way. Nothing happened, not a bad roll. We're gonna actually just go ahead and put it in our tab for 2 chaos. Now if it doesn't sell, eventually we are just going to, you know,
beautiful piece.
50 plus contract, 5 blueprints, 21,000 markers. See, this isn't bad. Twister. Ask him for the level of them. The reason why we are asking him is because like that's a really good price for all that. It gives us a lot of content to run, and we don't have to run maps in the meantime to you know, collect up the content. So otherwise, we are running a whole bunch of other stuff in tandem with this, right? We are going to be running a lot of really juicy tier 7 maps, mainly to farm the Hoarder. And I was running Crimson Temple, but I was made aware that unfortunately, unless you're running a tier 8 plus map or high level 75 plus area, you're not going to really have luck finding it. Now, obviously, it's level 74, so all the blue monsters and the rare monsters can drop the card. However, if you're wanting to really efficiently run it, you want the white monsters to have a chance to drop the apothecary as well. Now, I ran maybe about 20, so I mean, I'm not really stressing about it, and they're low tier, so they were quick. I will probably be running a higher tier once I get a headhunter and get my juice going, but until that point goes, we're just going to be hanging out and, like, you know, slow but sure rolling, surely rolling into the dough as we get the items to sell and whatnot, now that we have tab space. Alright, so otherwise, I don't really have too much else to go into. I will be going into Expedition and how to roll your Expedition logbooks and so on and so forth. And eventually, when I do get the ability to run the really high-end blueprints, like the 4-wing gem or anything like that, I'll be going into how you can both get split beasts to farm them and split them, and or what you're going to roll and what you're going to want on each of your blueprints. So until that point comes, I do wish you guys the best of luck on drops and everything like that. As always, take it easy, everybody. Have a good one. And again, to my friend who, you know, I'm going to leave you anonymous, thank you for the support. I do appreciate it. As always, have a good one, everybody. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.